Shalom, we live. Shalom, we back out once again. Flock, we back out once again to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, known according to the scriptures as Babylon the Great. And before we start, we like to give all praise, glory, we like to give all honor, all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
We like to give double honors and to the apostles, elders, and bishops, and all the sincere prophets who pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. So we're going to start in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, and verse 15.
Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right. So that was the job of the prophets, to warn the people of these things to come. Okay? When you read about our forefather Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all the way back to Samuel, the prophet, they always came and gave warning to the people. When I mean the people, I'm talking about the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So in these times, which we, according to the scriptures, we live in the last days, we also prophesied about these things to come, as the brother would just read again.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right, war, evil, and of pestilence. And all these things we just said, we see it happening now throughout the four corners of the earth, man. And it's gonna only ramp it up. Okay? We know that now that they declared
the WHO.
We know that that's the World Health Organization. We know that they declare now a worldwide emergency. That's like it's an emergency right now. Okay, with the mpox. Okay, which is the monkeypox. Okay, we're seeing wars right now happening over there in Russia and Ukraine. We're hearing rumors of wars, because the West and they sticking their nose into everybody's business as usual. So we're seeing all the tension of that going up. Okay, so all these things is happening now in these times also.
I was about to add, we wanted to touch on it on Thursday Live last night, but we didn't get to this one. Not just the mpox, but this was put on August 13th. It says the WHO adds the Black Death Plague, the bird FLU, and mpox to the new pandemic watch list. Woo. So you got more than just the mpox. Now, mind you, this at a time when you already been having a lot of cattle been put to death, sick, disease, birds, sick disease. They've been saying the meat contaminated. Remember 2 years ago, they said they put the mRNA juice in the meat, and also it was said that they put it even on the fruit and stuff, the fruit, the produce, and all that, man. Shit, it was said they put it in the air. But the point is, we're in the time to everything about to get strange on all levels for everybody. Everything about to go to the next level. More about to start happening. It's about to be blatant in everybody's face. And we're in that time to it's like the calm before the storm. Like in between the contraction. Like we had one like 4 years ago, like 4 minutes ago. But a contraction, something else about to happen. It gotta happen. The election in what, November? So that's September, October, November. That's 3 months. And they said a lot's supposed to happen in September. A lot of people are supposed to die and stuff's supposed to happen. So things about to get exciting. You got to go out.
God, and like the brother say, man, hey, and that's beautiful because Elder Apostle Kabbalah like to say that, man. We living in some very exciting times, man. All right? It's exciting to us because we seeing the words, these prophecies come to pass. For those who don't have the covering of Yahweh by Hashem Shah, man, hey, it's not going to be too much excitement for them,
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17, it says, speaking in the times that we're in, we are in these days, the last days, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The days that the brother brought out, the prophets of old has always prophesied against famines and pestilences. That's what we're talking about. So it says in verse 18, the beginning of sorrows in great mournings, the beginning of famine in great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right.
So looking at the road ahead, these things are going to take place. Like the brother just said, right now it can seem like the calm before the storm, as if there's nothing really going on, but it is. If these things are written to come in the end of the days before the Lord makes his return, they are going to be live and very active very soon, man.
Right. Because now we live in a time, as the scripture says in
Time like never before.
They say start visiting, start visiting.
Oh, 2nd Ezra 9.
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 9. It's like 2nd Ezra 9. Can you get that?
No.
So we living in that time, man. The Heavenly Father is making this move, man. And by visiting the earth, we're gonna bring these things up on the earth as we read the pestilence and famine. Yeah, he's using this devil as, his whooping stick to bring it up on the people.
And exactly, we can see how the strategic, how we can see how Esau is trying to be strategic with it. Like the brother said, we read about pestilences in the scriptures, but in today's time, as the whooping stick, Esau is being used as that to push forth all of these illnesses.
That's it.
You got to be careful with your words, but all of these pestilences, all of these pestilences that we see.
Right.
A lot of the things that we see, the Lord is using Esau to push these things forth.
Right.
But at the same time, don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. The Lord is going to bring plagues himself like he did in Egypt.
Right. Hey, the man's going is of the Heavenly Father. I always remember that. He's putting the spirit in these devils to do what they're doing, which they operating on the left-hand side, man. Spiritual demon Satan, okay? That's where they get their power from. All right?
It's Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Right. So this is Yahweh Shai speaking to the disciples. Okay? They wanted to know when the end of the time, just like we right now, man. We're like, man, when? Hey, but we seeing this end is manifesting itself, man. Day by day as we go along. So imagine they ask, they like us, they want to, when was this motherfucking kingdom going to be destroyed so we can get out this shit? So they in that same spirit, we in that same spirit. Okay? And y'all tell what he say?
It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
All right, he start giving you the signs of when we know we're at the end of the world. Go ahead. And that's the end of this devil kingdom. Okay, Esau Edom.
And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many.
Right, and we saw that with Comforter. Came and said he was the God sent Comforter. Many false prophets came in the name of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? What they were saying, Jesus. False messiahs. That happened. And also, you have these other Israelite camps who call on the name of Yahweh Shai, but they don't have the 100% truth. They going out on doctrine. Okay, so they coming in his name, but they're not coming in truth and sincerity. Okay?
Hey, now, if I can add, as plain as that is to read it, a lot of people can't perceive it though. You know, it's gonna be many false prophets, many false people coming in that spirit of their anointing.
Right.
But that's why the importance is precept among precept, because the scriptures tell us the ones that are going to make it are going to go down the straight way. You know, a straight and narrow position that's different from the wide, you know, from the wide way, right, where most people on that wide, they can't understand the concept that Yahweh said there's going to be many false prophets or false anointed ones that's going to come before I come back. Right. You know, that's why you got a lot of people into Christianity. Even in the household of the Israelites, so many different camps with false doctrines, false teachings, man.
That's it. And that's coming in my name. All right, but he haven't sent them, man. Okay, good.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right. So we hearing these things, man. These things have been reported on different news outlets, different news apps. All these things, man, is happening. All right? You have to have the spiritual eyes to see, man. The spiritual ears to hear it. And that's only for the elect. Okay, that's why we are here. We are here for the elect, man. You know, so for you simple as Jake always asking, well, why don't they go down? We ain't worried about you niggas who's gonna be left here to bathe in that nuclear fire, man. That lake of fire. We only here for the elect, man. And we giving a warning to the 2/3 just before they won't have no excuse to say they didn't hear this word. That's how the Heavenly Father sets it up. Okay?
Got a quick precept just to back up what you said. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 55. And this is the Archangel Uriel telling us to Ezra. It says, therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. That's why it's only about the elect and not the multitude that's going to perish.
Right. That's it. So when it comes down to 2/3, man, we don't have no feelings for them. None don't come across our mind, man. All right? Because first of all, we working on our own salvation. It's not even about us. You know, this word comes first, man. We put ourselves, we come last. And to understand that, because we working on our salvation, we know that we ain't trying to be a part of what these things that we bringing out, the pestilence, the things like that.
Yeah. And if I could add, in that Matthew 24, Yahweh said, be ye not troubled when these things come.
Right.
So whenever these things do pop up, we're not supposed to be in the spirit of fear, like the brother mentioned earlier. We're supposed to have the spirit of, like, the Lord is about to make his return.
Right.
Because he said this shit was going to happen.
Right, that's it.
You know, and contrary to those that aren't in that type of spirit, those are the ones that's going to be troubled. Because their life is going to come crashing down.
Right. See,
their help and their comforts are going to be taken away from them. Because all of this stuff is happening pointing to one direction, the Lord making his return. But there's a lot, not to, you know, just to rant, but it's important to know before the Lord returns, all of these things taking place, something is going to happen along that where you're going to be caused to take something, man. Right. All of this shit taking place right now is being prepared for that final testing, man.
Right.
That final day of that test.
Right. And it go for us too, because we were given a grace period. And in this grace period, you should be building yourself in that faith, man, not bullshitting around. Not thinking this shit gonna prolong forever, bro. We at the door now, man. We can touch the doorknob now. Okay? And when they grace those shit, man, it's game on now. It's game on. And the only way you're gonna survive through all that is with your faith, man. Not your survival kit, or I know how to do your fishing, your fishing skills,
But you ain't gonna have no ride. You ain't gonna have the proper things you need when you out and about.
Right.
A number six hook, you know, that's Aberdeen hook.
Hey, so like that's the thing. The wisdom of this world don't give you what you really need to be sustained.
Right.
You can have all the wisdom to know how to nigga rig shit.
Right.
You know, to get shit to work out for your sake. Say all of that strip. But if you have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, right, bro, you got everything that you need, man.
Right. And I made that point because I was talking to a Jake at work. And like everything going crazy. That's what he was saying. Oh, I know how to do this. I know how to somebody do that. I know how to do that. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. that's carnal thinking. Because we know through the Spirit, Lord, Spirit, and mental Lord, we know, hey, folks, that ain't going to help you if you ain't got Yahweh Bashim outside behind you.
I got one. It's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is his treasure. And just like brother's going into it, it's the wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that's going to keep us sane and keep us stable in those days, you know, when all hell is breaking loose.
What's that word again?
You go to that word stability, yeah. Interlinear in the Hebrew is amawan, which means go back to faith. You know, this the wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures is what's going to keep our faith strong. You know, confidence.
Yeah, that's the call. Our faith gonna be spiritual. Scripture say we in a spiritual warfare. This devil gonna be on it. He's gonna come at us corner, and that's how he gonna get the people, because the people gonna be corner. You know, that's how he can use a corner against corner, but he can't do nothing against a spiritual man. You know, and that devil, and that devil, he gonna come. You know, it's written. We read about it, as the brother say. Yeah, that devil he gonna come look for the man of the Lord. We understand that. Okay, but we the true man of the Lord, man. We ain't gonna fall for that devil. You know?
I'm gonna bring this up real quick, because again, if you ain't got the Lord, then it's again, no matter what you may have, a generator at that time, food stored up. It's already prophesied that people will have stuff stored up. The Lord said that's going to be given to other people, given to the righteous. Like we were saying, even if you do happen to get a stick and throw something out there with a bait, it's still up to the Lord if you let the fish bite the fucking hook or not.
Right.
Anyway, But I'm going to get this real quick, because there was a famine in Samaria, and I just want to get real quick what the king said. I'm going to get straight to the point. In 2 Kings 6:25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, which is 80 pieces of silver, and a 4th part of a calf of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So bird shit. So 2 unclean animals to tell you how desperate people was. It says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. Now, this the right person to ask. It would seem in that situation, the king. Right. If anybody can help, you would think the king would be able to. That's like the president. Right. It says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon a wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord do not help thee, then whence shall I help thee? Out of the bar floor, out of the wine press. So he said, woman, if the Lord ain't helping you, how do you expect me to help you? What you think I got some stored up in a wine press, in a cellar, in a dungeon? No, I ain't got shit for you. If the Lord ain't got shit for you, I ain't got shit for you. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to get that in the NLT. Let's see what it says. 2 Kings 6:27 in the NLT. He answered, if the Lord doesn't help you, then what can I do? Woo. If the Lord don't help these people, then how they going to get help? And that's the 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. If I can get that real quick. The 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 9. It says, the salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. And then shall wit hide itself, which is your focus, and understanding withdraw itself into a secret chamber. The Lord will take the prophets off the street, take the truth away, the famine of the word. It says it shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. So people will be looking for answers in that day. Just like the woman, she needed help, because when you read that story, her and another person she didn't even know ate her child. They actually committed cannibalism on their own flesh and blood, boiled the child, man. Right? So the point is, it says, a lot of people gonna be looking for the answers. It says, it shall be sought of many, and yet shall not be found, and then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth. Lawlessness and a lack of self-control. It says, and one land shall ask another and say, it's righteousness that make a man righteous going through thee. And it shall say, no, that's not an actual land speaking. That's, you know, parabolically speaking, figuratively speaking. In other words, as if a land over here, Colorado asked Idaho or Georgia asked Florida, you see somebody righteous or somebody help somebody? They be like, no, I ain't see shit. They ain't ask the person, they ask the land. You say you ask one person, you got 100 more people over there.
Yeah, right.
He asked the whole land, say, ain't nobody, I ain't see no righteousness going through it. But this the point. And at the same time, shall men hope, but nothing obtain. People gonna be hoping days gonna get better, but in reality, according to prophecy, days gonna get worse. Right. It says like a woman in travail is gonna get worse. It says, and at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor. See, you might find a rod or a stick. Try to build the house. Try to go find food. They think they got a car. Try to siphon some gas out.
Right.
It says they shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. Going back to the point, we're in a time to where nobody can run from the judgment of the Lord. Right. Everybody will have to meet their judgment, man. That's it. Right. You know, no more running. You got it, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's the time that we're in. Hey, and that's what if we pray and we give them our diligence in this truth, man, so we will be protected in that day, man. You know, because, you know, Jake got to see shit to believe it. And that's how Jake operates. You know, that's Jake, man. All right? So we can, you know, the one y'all about shit on the shop for giving us the spirit to see it through the spirit, man. Like, man, they're going to be fucked up out here. I don't want to be part of none of that. You know?
Shit, that's why Ezra, he was like, woe is me.
Yeah.
You know, he saw how bad it was in them times, like the brother reading about the famine in the book of Kings. Yeah, we read about that account, but imagine how it was during the day for these people that we read about. You got people actually having a council on who the fuck they go eat through child first.
Even before that, people was betting. I got fired on bird shit. Hey, I got fired. Bird shit. Bird shit. And that's to tell you, you should find bird shit anywhere. Birds wouldn't even eat like that. They wouldn't even shit. But granted, you know, the Lord fed them, you know. They endured. The Lord fed them. But the Lord ain't feed niggas, you see? The Lord fed animals and ain't feed niggas, man. And we're in a time so where the Lord gonna feed animals, you niggas.
Yeah.
It say that. I knew the created creatures. It say it had to be prophesied that the beasts of the field will be in league with us. Right. So if that wasn't told, Lord willing with a number, if that wasn't told to the elect, then what that mean if somebody not in the elect? The beasts of the field ain't gonna be in league with you. They ain't gonna be on your side, man. When Leviathan come, when the zoo open up, because the zoo gonna open up, you think you're gonna need a security guard with a key to open up all these jail cells? No, man, the Lord will open that up, just like he did in the scriptures. He opened up the jail cell with Paul, all of them, when Paul was in jail. He can do that. So how much more of these animals? It was in what's the movie with Will Smith when he had the lions? I Am Legend. And it's the thing, even if those wild animals don't be let out, it's also prophesied that wild animals in the wild go come to the city. Right? Go come to the city. Because you're gonna have a lot of people trying to go out there, but also you're gonna have animals coming out here because you know what? The everyday commute gonna stop. Right. Just like during lockdown, the everyday commute stopped. So you had deer, all kind of shit coming into neighborhoods, all kind of wild animals. The everyday commute stopped. Look, it's also, it's lucky, I got, you know, but it's also in 2nd Ezra 16 that you ain't gonna have a Issachar out here weed eating the grass. Now they say Issachar, but you ain't gonna have no workers weed eating the grass and cutting it. It says the thorns gonna grow over. So the downtown's gonna start to look like wilderness. You already got grass and shit growing through the concrete. But the point is, it's literally gonna be everywhere somebody go, it's gonna be a judgment up. That's why it's prophesied in Amos, you got it right.
What movie that was when it was like that, like the Apocalypse Academy that had the lions walking in the city?
That was the same one he was
talking about. I Am Legend, yeah, okay, yeah. I remember that, man. That's how it's gonna be, man. And he's gonna give you a little idea of that. You know why? Because the most, you know, Heavenly Father put the spirit in that devil. But that was that devil gonna do. He know, man. Okay, when we say Esau, we have to understand, not these the everyday Edomites we see around. I'm talking about the elites, man. They know, man. It's a build up to this. But I'm gonna get this for the brother. Jeremiah chapter 15, and the subtitle say judgment must come. All right, and what we're speaking on is really Jeremiah 30 and 7, man, the time of Jacob's trouble, man. But all these things are going to take place to all these jakes, man. The Most High is going to judge these jakes, man. So like I say, judgment must come. Jeremiah 15 and 1, then said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people.
Right. Hey, so just put it in liking into the days that we're in, like right now. There's gonna be need for even, a time is gonna come where even the Lord's men that He had favor on won't be able to do anything because it's a time for judgment on these certain people. That's how important it is. When that day comes, it ain't gonna be no more fun and games. It ain't gonna be no more playing around. You're gonna need the Lord to intervene for you.
Right, because we also that I quoted Jeremiah 37 say none like it. So we coming to some time that we can't even imagine how it's gonna be. So just imagine that. It say coming none like it. Jacob's trouble. So as the brother say, it's gonna be harsh judgment going throughout Babylon, throughout the world on Jacob, man.
It's gonna be so bad the Lord is gonna have to come back and save His elect, and that's the only ones He's coming to get.
That's it. Only one He wants. And it reads.
Stop that.
Sometimes. Then said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind cannot be toward these people.
And look at it, how the Lord literally dealt with Moses. That was the man that He used to deliver the nation of Israel out of the captivity of the Egyptians.
Right.
So guess what? Y'all don't have Moses for deliver no more. If that time comes, that's not an option. Now going to Samuel, before Israel had a king appointed, the Lord gave Israel a prophet. The Lord gave Israel a prophet instead of a king. So now it ain't no going back. It's over with. The Lord is not fucking around or playing. You got it out.
And it reads, cast them out of my sight and let them go forward.
Right. So what's your destiny? What's the destination looking like? You got it?
Verse 2, and it shall come to pass. Come to pass. Okay, this is a future prophecy.
It's on its way. It's
right.
coming.
If they say unto thee, whether shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
So this is how it's going to be. This is your destination. This is your destiny.
Such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine is the famine. No,
yeah.
Such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
So the Lord mentioned death, the Lord mentioned the sword, the Lord mentioned famine, and captivity. So you ain't getting no more prophets, you ain't getting no more mercy, because the scriptures tell you whenever the Lord sent prophets, that was a way of Him showing compassion for His people.
Right.
But you rejected it, now the Lord is going to reject you, and you have no remedy for your healing. So that's the options that you have to choose from. If you are not one of those people that have faith in the Lord nor a healthy fear towards Him.
Right.
You got it.
I read in the NLT for you in case some people might not get the King's English. Jeremiah 15 and 2 in the NLT. And if they say to you, because I gotta start at once. This said the Lord to me, even can you get second into 16 because we're going into Jacob's trouble. When you read second Ezra 16, that's where they get movies like the Purge from. They that's the script. That's the script. That's the script right there. Right. When they get moving like the roll, that's the script.
Right.
And Lord willing, we read it because that's the script.
Right.
It's Jeremiah 15 and 2. Now I'm gonna start at 1 in the NLT. Then the Lord said to me, even if Moses and Samuel stood before me, pleading for these people, I wouldn't help them. Now why that's important? Because He said Moses and Samuel, that's two important people that the Lord listened to. Right. What they said, the Lord said, you know what, you're right. Remember the Lord about to put us to, drink to death, in the wilderness. And Moses said, nah, don't do it. He walked, don't do it. You know, he ripped this. But the Lord said, you know what, you're right. Although he knew he wasn't going to do it anyway. It's just for the story's sake.
That's why we can bring the scripture out.
Yeah, you feel me? I think that the Most High gave stuff like that to sow seed. That's how much he loved Moses. You listen to him. But and Samuel, that's another man. It said everything Samuel said, his words ain't fall to the ground, which means everything he said was true. It came to pass. It said people knew the Lord dealing with him since he was young. Since he was what? Teenager, little boy, he was in the temple. He grew up in the temple. He slept in the temple, man. Hey, and that man's still important. Really, he the reason, although Yahweh Shemawashai and the Rahagodash, but Samuel, the reason why we here. It started with him in America, man. If you know, you know. It started with him in America, you know. But it says, even if Moses and Samuel stood before me pleading for these people, I wouldn't help them, away with them, get them out of my sight. And you know what's crazy? When the Lord said, get out of my sight, that's not something you want to hear. Because now you're liking unto Cain. Now you're liking unto Esau. He ain't got nothing to do with you. He cut you off. No protection, no mercy, no nothing. You out of there. Remember he told Cain, get out of my sight, get out of my face. That means no truth. It says, and if they say to you, but where can we go? What? You know they gonna come to brothers and Jacob's trouble. Hey man, hey, when you one of them dudes who was preaching? They'll be like, nah. But like, man, yeah, you was, because you got the dangling earring and shit. Because I heard you say shalom and shit. You know? We gonna be like, nah. Well, knowing that well, I'm gonna just read it. It says, and if they say, where can we go? Tell them, this is what Yahweh says. Those who are destined for death to death. Some people might run up, but what we gonna do? And the Lord might put in our vision what we see, but you about to die as soon as you leave here.
Hey, did not Joseph do the same thing? He seen it through a vision, though. You know, when he was in the prison, same thing can happen, like the brother said.
Oh, God.
Yeah, how Joseph is like, nah, the dream represents your ass gonna be dead in them 3 days, but you got it out.
Real quick. Can you get First Kings 13? Baba Kashab. Y'all ever read that story with the young prophet and the old prophet? What is it about? Jacob said, yeah, before I even finished, what is it about? I'm playing, bro, but I'm still asking.
Yeah, I read it a while.
God, it's cool. It's trying to slide over a little bit. I'm trying to give him some room for the sidewalk, bro. Hey, if bros can, it should like y'all come up a little bit too, you know, if bros want. You know what I'm saying?
You want in the KJV?
In the KJV. Nah, so it's an account in the scriptures dealing with an old prophet and a young prophet. Now, the point I want to get is that how he told the old prophet what he gonna tell his young prophet is an example for when people come looking up. Because now they see we got the answers, although it don't look like it. But when all hell break loose, the lights go out, TV go out, people gonna be looking for the answers. Right? Now, and what we gonna tell them? Shit, the Lord about to judge you, but this is the point how, an example, we can tell people what's gonna happen to them, and it's gonna happen to them. Just getting this as an example. Now for the account is a young prophet and an old prophet. The Most High told his young prophet, look, go into the city. Don't eat food, don't drink nothing with nobody. And if you walk a certain way, don't walk back that certain way. So he did a miracle, and King Jehoshaphat, he said, man, come eat with me, I'm gonna bless you the king. He said, nah, the Lord told me don't do all that. He said, all right. So he left. And another situation happened. He passed that. He said, nah, the Lord told me I ain't gonna do it. So the third time, and it's a good example to show, bro, we have to endure to the end. We might pass certain tests, but we got to continue them. You know what I'm saying? That's the show. But, and this is the thing, I remember the Apostle Ramblab said it, but that didn't mean what we're going to go into. The young prophet was wicked or the old prophet was wicked. What the Lord gave us a story for is that if the Lord told us something as brothers, no matter what no other man tell us, we got to do what the Lord told us. Feel me?
Hey, Apostle Paul mentions that in Romans the 8th chapter. He says, nothing can separate me from the love of Mashiach. And he mentions not even angels, like nothing. Nobody, nothing. If the Lord gives you that, that's what it is, man.
Now, so check this out. So the third time, the old prophet, let's just read it. Let's just read it, bro. Let's just read it. So just, y'all got the background. We about to read into it. Wherever you want to start, after when the angel came up. No, when he said the angel came, he said, I'm a prophet too. He said, I'm a prophet too. First Kings 13. Let's start at 11. First Kings 13, 11.
This is 1 Kings chapter 13 and verse 11.
So this after he passed the test already. He passed 2 tests already. The young prophet, you got it, bro.
Now,
before we start, I got to hear the blue letter on the phone. It say, the disobedient prophet.
1 Kings 13 and 11. Now there dwelt an old prophet in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the works that the man of God had done that day in Bethel.
So that's a young prophet, because remember, the king hand earlier on in the chapter is shriveled up. The king hand shriveled up. And then the young prophet, he made it back home. So they run to their father like, man, we seen this prophet in Bethel. He did a miracle. So you got it.
It says, the works which he had spoken unto the king, them they told also to their father. And their father said unto them, what way went he?
Where he at?
For his sons had seen what way the man of God went, which came from Judah. And he said unto his sons, saddle me the ass. So they saddled him the ass, and he rode thereon. And went after the man of God, and found him sitting under an oak. And he said unto him, art thou the man of God that camest from Judah? And he said, I am. Verse 15. Then he said unto him, come home with me and eat bread. And he said, I may not return with thee, nor go in with thee. Neither will I eat bread, nor drink water with thee in this place. Verse 17, for it was said to me by the word of the Lord, thou shalt not.
That's capital L-O-R-D.
L-O-R-D.
Yahweh. So he used the Most High name. So he said, the Heavenly Father, the Lord, Yahweh told me.
Thou shalt eat no bread, nor drink water there, nor turn again to go by the way that thou comest.
So he passed it. He said, nah, I can't. You got it?
He said unto me, I am a prophet also as thou art. And an angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord.
That's capital L-O-R-D.
Yahweh.
So the old prophets used the name Yahweh too. He said, He said, I'm a prophet too. An angel came to me, and Yahweh had spoke to me too. And what he said that the Lord and the angel told him.
It says, verse 18, he said unto him, I am a prophet also as thou art. An angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, saying, bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water. But he lied unto him.
But he lied. So he said, brother, I'm a prophet too. Yahweh sent me, an angel told me to tell you, right? Told me to tell you, Jake, told me to tell you to come back, eat and drink. He said, come sit at the crib. He said, but he lied. Watch this, you got it,
Verse 19.
Now, this is why the brother brought it up, what Apostle Paul said, even if angels or anybody, but the Lord said this. If, for example, if we in Jacob's trouble, a brother you seen, he walking out the CF station and said, the Lord had, I seen an angel in a dream. Angel in a dream, He said it's good. The Lord came to me. The Lord came to me, he said it's good. So, bro, you're like, nah, bro, fuck all that.
Hey, it could be Jews, you could be hungry. Yeah. He said, go ahead and you can eat and feed your family. Your family probably be sad when you trying to look for food. You be like, oh shit. Hey, yeah, the right brother, right. It can come next to like that, bro. Hey, that's man. Scripture say, I'm gonna let the brother take back. Through much tribulation, we're gonna have to enter to the kingdom. And I'm saying that because we're gonna be in tribulation. We don't know what type of position we're gonna be in. To the point that, hey, we know that he say he won't put too much on that you won't bear, but you might be at that point though. And as the brother going into this account, just think about it. Go ahead.
Now, and thinking about it too, just to add on what you said, because the scriptures talk about how if anybody could deceive, but the elect can't. Right. Because in this context, this prophet of the Lord, he was deceived by another so-called prophet. Just to back up what the brother was saying. So it has to be where you are absolutely, chosen to be one of these men that won't be deceived, because it's about to be some freaky shit taking place. Like you mentioned, not to get off topic, but just like shit happening on in the book of Acts. Bro, Peter making people drop dead because that's how the spirit was dealing. bro, it's gonna be some freaky shit happening among the body. Not just niggas in the world, but among the body. Why you got to listen if the Lord say that that's in your spirit, don't change from it, man.
Yes. But that's why we say it's important to have the correct doctrine, man. Having the 1% true doctrine to get that understanding in that time. Because you ain't gonna make it if you got 98%, if you got 95%, 90%. You have to have that 100% true doctrine to understand it, which is the Holy Spirit gonna guide us through that day how to move, man. But you have to have that correct doctrine and teaching of Yahweh by our shot. Okay? So that's gonna be important in these days, like the brothers that brought out Isaiah 33. You know, which pertains to faith, but also knowledge and wisdom. If you ain't got the 100% true knowledge and wisdom understanding of these scriptures in that time when all hell break loose, hey man, you gonna fall short somewhere, man.
So, like, if I can add, and it begins with the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. If you don't have those names, man, that's the stronghold. What are you gonna depend on today? Who are you gonna call on in Jacob's trouble, man?
Right.
Hey, calling on the name is going back to the context of what we're reading. Obedience in the name.
Yeah, obedience.
Don't change from it. Yeah. But this is back in 1 Kings chapter 13 and 19. I'll read 18 again. It says, he said unto him, I am a prophet also as thou art, and an angel spake unto me by the word of the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai.
So he said an angel spoke to him. You got it, right?
Saying, bring him back with thee into thine house, that he may eat bread and drink water, but he lied unto him.
Right. So literally what the Lord said, don't do, he said, so literally what the Lord said, don't do, he told him do everything just that. You got it, bro. You got it, right?
This is 1 Kings chapter 13 and verse 19. So he went back with him.
So he, boom, boom. Bro, that's another account, like, it's like, fuck, soon as it's done, you know it's done. It's fucking done. King Saul. With King Saul, remember Samuel told him, wait 7 days, I'm going to offer the sacrifice before we go to war. Saul, he doing this shit, and the Philistines started coming. He got scared, ain't trust, and that's what I mean, bro. This brother just said, faith to the last minute, bro. That page just wait. But he ain't trust. He heard but did the sacrifice. He said, because Samuel ain't take long. As soon as he did the sacrifice, split the neck, he turned around and Samuel was walking up. And Samuel said, what you doing? He said, what you doing? He said, man, you was taking too long. He said, man, you tripping. Then at the end of that, Samuel's walking away, and Saul pulled his garment, and it ripped. See, even small stuff that happened in the world, boy, it got a meaning behind it. But it ripped. It ripped, and Saul told him, just as you ripped my garment, the Lord ripped the kingdom from you, and gave it to a man better than you. But see, bro, that's the thin line between doing what the Lord say. Bro, Isaiah 33 and 6, can you bring it out one more time, Mark?
Basically, what I'm saying, Proverbs 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Shai, with all thy heart. And that prophet didn't do that. He said, and lean not unto thy own understanding. And that's basically what he did. Because the Heavenly Father gave him specific commandments to do something. But he was like, he leaned on his own understanding. He told him, hey, go, do that, and come back, don't eat, go back to the roof. But he got sidetracked. And that's how Satan do it, man.
He had another man take his crown.
Yeah, that's what he does, really. Yeah. He didn't trust the Lord.
If I may add too, that makes me think about the account of Maccabees when I got it right here, matter of fact. This first Maccabees 5, and I'll start from 56. It says, Joseph the son of Zacharias and Azarias, captains of the garrison, heard of the valiant acts and warlike deeds which they had done, and we know when we read the book of Maccabees what was going on. All right, the Maccabean revolt, they were winning all these type of wars through what? Trusting in Yahweh Shai. Okay? So it says, it's like 57, it says, wherefore they said, let us also get a name and go fight against the heathen that are round about us. So they were provoked. Okay, through what? And that led to them leaning upon their own understanding. Because you got to think about it, bro, just to give a worldly aspect. Let's say Jake has, a partner, y'all go to a party, and your partner, he start knocking like 3 people back to back. You going to visit.
turned up too. So that was the same way that they was looking at, you know, them winning all those wars, which led to what? Them not listening to the Spirit and them leaning upon their own understanding. Okay, so we're going to see the reward of what that got them. So it says, verse 58. Yeah, I'm almost done. It says 58. It says, so when they had given charge unto the garrison that was with them, they went toward Jamnius. Then came Georgius and his men out of the city to fight against them. And so it was that Joseph and Azarus were put to flight. You know, anytime we see when someone is put to flight, they basically took the L, man. You know? So it says, because when you read up above, they were told to stay back. Okay, and not go pursue their war. It says, pursued in the borders of Judea, and there were slain that day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men. Thus was there a great overthrow among the children of Israel, because they were not obedient unto Judas and his brethren, but thought to do some valiant act, man. So just because they wanted to do some valiant act and get a name upon themselves, you know, look what it cost. It cost a lot of men their lives. So we have to constantly walk in the Spirit, so we won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. That's that.
And so you had in the book of Acts, the 5th chapter. Other examples, Judas. That Paul gave Judas was another one. I think that probably was the Judas in that time. But Judas, but you had people rise up. Sakari even was one of them. And you know what's spiritual? Back then, the Sakari back then, the leader name was Alazar Bun Yair. Today his name Alazar Bun Lawyer. And you know what else spiritual? He didn't, because he was in Great Millstone. He didn't have a name like Tazama and then separate, create Sakari and say, oh, I'm going to give my name the same name as the leader. No, he had that name in Great Millstone. So, you feel me? But what he did, he separated, went to Masada, and tried to fight against the Romans. They seen they was outmanned, they couldn't do shit, they all committed suicide. Weak. It was hard, though. It was hard. But when it came down to it, you folded. You folded, man. And they split up, we seen it today, you know. But anyway, let's go back to this, though. Because why we even got this account, people go come up to the prophets, and the days the truth will be taken away. Man, what we do? Where we go? Man, the law about to kill you. Oh, I remember you. You passed by, kept talking that shit that time. Oh, you was on the comment board that day. Right, the law gonna have men giving out certain judges in that time, because we gonna read it in Jeremiah 15. It said it. Right. But you got it. Let's get back to this, and we going back to this because the old prophet who told the young prophet come to his crib, he was lying. But as they was eating, we gonna see. He gonna tell him a judgment like, boy, you about to die. But I'm just getting this as an example of how we gonna be telling people it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. Like, bro, we coming into the time when brothers say stuff is gonna happen on spot. When Peter told Ananias and Sapphira, you lied, man, you done. And then he told the wife the same. Oh, he told. Hey, he said the same people who carried your husband out and buried him by to carry you out. She just dropped. She just dropped. But just the thing, who told Peter they was lying? How he knew? The Spirit. The Spirit, man. That's why it's best to go, man. But let's read that. Let's see what happened with this young prophet for listening and doing what the Lord told him don't do, you know?
This is 1 Kings chapter 13 and verse 19.
But again, to make that point, the old prophet said, look, Yahweh, I'm a prophet too. Right. He said, an angel had told me to tell you. Going back to that point, bro, we know the truth. Our apostles, elders, and great millstone taught us the truth. Right. Nobody, from the basics to the breakdown, nobody should be able to come and tell us nothing different. Even when at times, that's why Yahweh said in Matthew 24, many go come and say, look, I'm here. If they say, look, he in the dungeon, don't follow him. Right. People going to be losing faith in that day and looking for answers because they really ain't rooted in the truth like that. Right. So, no, if somebody come up, a brother say, man, the Lord, the angel came to me and said, it's cool to take them OTB. You want your family to eat like General Yohana. Don't listen to that shit, man. Right. But you got it. Like, let's see what happened to him.
1 Kings chapter 13 and verse 19. So he went back with him and did eat bread in his house and drank water.
So look, he I'm probably laughing and smiling, having a good old time. You got it.
And when it came to pass, as they sat at the table, that the word of the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua came unto the prophet that brought him back.
To the old prophet. So see, the Lord was dealing with him. So look, they sitting there eating, and look, they probably was laughing. going back and forth, but then the spirit hopped on the old prophet. You got to think they laughing, going back and forth. Then the spirit hopped on. He got serious, huh? Remember, it don't got to say it, but let's extrapolate. Because what he gonna say, tell you he was serious. You got it, huh?
Verse 21. And he cried unto the man of God that came from Judah, saying,
He cried, which means he got on him.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, for as much as thou hast disobeyed the mouth of the Lord, and hast not kept the commandment which the Lord thy God commanded thee, but camest back and hast eaten bread and drunk water in the place of the which the Lord did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water. Thy carcass shall not come unto the sepulchre or the sepulchre of thy fathers.
You gonna die. He said, bro, think about that. They eating and drinking, laughing, and the young prophet, he probably was hungry all day, so he happy though. You feel me? Cool, man. Then the dude got up, man. Why you disobeyed the Lord?
Right.
You tripping the Lord about the man. Your body ain't gonna make it to get buried.
Right.
Bro, think about how that young fellow, he probably chills and shit. Heart beating fast. Yeah. Come on, let's see what's gonna happen. But going back to Jeremiah 15, people gonna be coming up to us right there. We gonna tell them their judgment is gonna happen. Let's see what happens, huh?
1 Kings 13 and 23. And it came to pass after he okay, verse 23 says, and it came to pass after he had eaten bread and after he had drunk, that he saddled for him the ass to wit for the prophet whom he had brought back. So he saddled up his ass. Verse 24. And when he was gone, a lion met him by the way and slew him. And his carcass was cast in the way, and the ass stood by it, and the lion also stood by the carcass.
Why had to say the donkey was still right there and the lion was just standing right by the donkey? Which say the Lord just specifically sent that lion just to kill him, and that's it. That's it. Then it said everybody was walking, just looking. It was just the lion and the donkey were just standing up. Ain't attacked nobody else. The Lord specifically sent that for him. But while we got that, the old prophet told him, boy, the Lord about to judge you. You ain't even gonna make it to a sepulcher. And that's what happened. He was ate up. He was ate up. But when you read it in the old prophet, he came to him, he felt bad. He took his body and he buried him for him. You know what I'm saying? He buried him for him. But got that. Now going back to Jeremiah 15 in the NLT. Jeremiah 15 and 2 in the NLT. I'm going to start at 1. Then said Yahweh to me, even if Moses and Samuel stood before me, pleading for these people, I wouldn't help them. And that's what we started off with. Great judgment coming. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It says, away with them, get them out of my sight. And if they say to you, where can we go? Looking for answers, right? Tell them, this is what Yahweh says. Those who are destined for death, to death. Just like that prophet said, we died. What happened next? He died. What Peter told Ananias and Sapphira, they died. It says, those who are destined for war, to war, some people gonna get drafted, or some people might just die in the civil war. That's gonna go on. It ain't gotta be just a military war. If you ain't gonna get drafted, you gonna die in this civil war, man. It says, and those who are destined for famine to famine. Now I seen the Lord guy, you gonna find a way and shrivel up. And it says, and those who are destined for captivity to captivity, you gonna get carried to a concentration camp, man. And I will send 4 kinds of destroyers against them, said Yahweh. I will send the sword to kill, the dogs to carry, to drag away, the vultures to devour, and the wild animals to finish up what is left. Woo. Come on, man. Great judgment. Even after you dead, the Lord still got your carcass getting ate up.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got it. I got it.
This is Jeremiah 11 and 11. It says, therefore thus said thee, Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. All right, and why will the Lord not hearken unto them? Because, hey, these people had that grace period, the liberty to do so. And it speaks about a second. You get it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's only right if the Lord judge your ass, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you got that fair warning. Think about it, bro. Put the analogy of on the father and the son. He tell you, hey, man, go cut that grass, man. You still on the game fucking on bullshit. He leave out, come back in, man. You still ain't gonna cut that grass? Let's say leave out one more time. He come back in that third time, he's built the ass, bro. time to be merciful, and He also has time to what? Implement our judgment, man. In the book of Psalms, it says that what? Hey, the Lord loveth judgment, man. So hey, it's only right if you get on your niggas' ass, man.
I want to get this line back out the club, like he was saying, that precept there. And when you had a chance to get this word through this liberty, this great spirit, you didn't hawk it. So when all that, what we just went open, when all hell break loose, and these judgment come upon you, hey, you brought it to yourself. And it's Proverbs 1 and verse 24, because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand, and how you doing that? By the prophets. We got to come on the highways and byways, countless videos going up daily, man. Okay? So he's stretching out his hand now by telling you, hey, man, turn from your wickedness, repent. Because once the grace goes, said, that's it. Game's over for you. If you ain't got this word, man, or that protection, or that edge around you from Yahweh by Shema Shah, man. So he say, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. And that's the 2/3. They not regarding this truth, man. They still walking around here doing bullshit. And they sometimes still, they see this shit fucked up. They still want to try to make it fight in this fucking place. But ye have set at naught at my counsel, and were none of my reproof. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear it. And here's the point. And I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, man. Right. You know, and that was gonna happen, man. And he gonna use his prophets to do that. Right. Like the brother just said, he gonna be giving your judgment, and he gonna die by this. He gonna goddamn bull gonna maul you to death. A lion, you know, that's how he gonna be on that day, man. You know? Give him their judgment, man. He gonna see the judgment through his men to your ass.
Remember, it was told to Peter what he remit on earth, you know, and you know what I'm saying? Bind it, so on and so forth. Yeah, somebody?
Yeah. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And that's the majority of these people, especially just starting with the name like you mentioned, Daniela, earlier. The majority of people don't actually believe nor have that spirit in them to call upon the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, first and foremost, nor to start learning his ways. You know, mention how you said to go against the flesh and now to start walking towards the spirit. Not too many people are called into even do that, man.
Right, right.
So like if I can add, you know, that's why they say, you know, that I'm blessed and highly favored. They got all this carnal gain,
Right.
but they haven't known Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Hey, let me read that again. It says, 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And that's the part where you mentioned a lot of their credit really goes to the benefit, not the Most High. You know, it goes to what they got, you know, a tangible. Exactly. So verse 11, it says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. To loathe something is to despise, man. You know, it's just disgusting. You know, because they've been deceived. They thought, oh, the law is done away with. Right. Okay.
Hey, that's why when you jump up to 9 and say that they have abused my ways, right?
That's a lot. You got it.
This book that says to feel the test this life or disgust for it, man.
And that, man, we all go through that. Whenever somebody find out you actually being disciplined to the flesh and trying to live according to the ways of the Lord, changing your diet, change the way you call upon who you worship, all of these things you get looked at and despised from you doing shit like that, or not shit like that into their eyes. They look at it like that. I forgot you Muslim, you don't eat pork, right? All of that comes from them despising and loathing the law. You had something else?
I got one.
Yeah,
This is this First Peter 4, and I'm gonna start from 4. I'm gonna read the NLT. It says, back up that point, bro. This First Peter 4 and 4 to back up your point. In the NLT, it says, of course, your former friends are surprised when you no longer plunge into the flood of wild and destructive things they do. So they slander you. Okay, so when people think, when they see you, they think that what? The fortune is taken from Israel. You know, our lives become boring. You know, but really, we're the ones that's alive, bro. You know, when you go to Like the brother may help me. It say, without this wisdom, they shall be as nothing regarded. I think that's
Wisdom of Solomon
9, 9, and 6. I believe. Yeah, it says that without this wisdom, they shall be as nothing regarded, man. So, bro, ultimately, bro, we're the ones who are living. We're the ones who have that substantial value, you know, compared to the rest of the world, man. You know? But it's, you got it.
I mean to cut you off.
No, no,
This Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 6. It says, for though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded.
So if the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shah is not with that man, he shall be as what? Nothing regarded. Counted as spill. Okay? None of you have no value. You know, so these people looking at us as if, you know, we've taken loss, but hey, we on the right track to receive what? The incorruptible crown. All right? What Ezra seen in second, you know, the second chapter. All right, that crowning. You know, that's what we're striving for. All right?
Also, go with that too, what that, Hosea 4:6. My people destroyed for lack of knowledge. What knowledge? The knowledge of Yahweh by Shema Mashiach. Where you have his men out here on the highways and byways videos to try to feed you, Jason. They're rejecting it, man.
So like I was gonna add, you know, how the scripture say your father the devil. Hey, Esau cast the word behind him. He despised the birthright. How y'all was going to that precept, man? Jake despised the laws, you know, keeping what's right, not eating, you know, abominations, shellfish and crabs and shit. Hey, that's abomination to them. To not eat that and put it off, man. But hey,
You say you are like your father the devil. It's twofold, you know. They do what this devil do.
Back up your point, this because you say Esau, even with him casting off that birthright, that shows you what he didn't understand what he had his hand on. Right. So this is Ecclesiastes 21 and 15. What deal? I get straight to it. 15. It says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. And we said when we were out here about, you know, brothers adding unto it, what precepts or expounding things. Okay? This is the point. It says, but as soon as one of no understanding hears it, it displeases him and he casts it behind his back. So to tie back into that point that you made about Esau, you know, casting off that birthright, he technically didn't fucking understand it. You know, that's why he went back. Thou hast a birthright for me, and started calculating the tears, and look what his reward was after that. You know,
that's required to these two words, to the spirit. And this is the true riches right here. I know goddamn bank account with millions of dollars in it. This is true riches. This is gonna save your life, possibly, if you're supposed to be elect. But man, yo, Jake ain't worried about this. Jake look at like, oh, you got me with a point where y'all say, UFO gonna be even more. I'm gone. That was Jake say that. Like, damn, but you don't go watch the movie and be enjoying.
Right, yeah.
Ooh, oh, well, you drunk and that. Ooh, but you can't fathom that. Yeah, you gonna catch a flight.
Like the so-called white man got a flying crash in the Lord don't.
Yeah. They still believe the goddamn they went on the moon. They believe that they go to the moon. Hell, they went to the moon. And he can't tell you, but we can't get these up so-called UFOs. Which is the anger of the Lord. Man, these niggas, they full of shit, bro. Pride, it's just pride, really, at the end of the day.
I was just thinking about that on that Baruch. I said, you know, they're gonna see us being saved. You know, they're gonna see our salvation. You know, they're gonna see the strange about salvation, man.
Matter of fact, you can 25. Whoever get it first, let's see who get it first. Yeah, 425.
this is second Ezra 4:25. It says, what will he then do unto his name whereby we are called?
You start at 26. 26.
It's 26. Second Ezra 4:26. It says, then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away.
Right. And you know, brothers talk about the kingdom, you know, you know, like I said, eyes cannot see, neither hear heard. But the point is, we talk about these things, and His current word says, in the world we in now is hastening fast to pass away. This is the time we're in now. This is Esau world. You got it out. Because the point, but it's talking about all this good, but and which is hey, it's good. But what Paul said, Acts 14 and 22, there's a lot. There's a lot that's about to happen. Serious times, you know. So before we can get that good, get that crown, you got to run through that wall first. You know, go through Jacob's trouble, man. In times like never before. You got it out.
27, and it reads, and cannot comprehend things that are promised to the righteous in time to come.
Right.
It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities.
Talking about this world, Esau world.
It's continuing on, it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou asking me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
You got it.
If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that it's like it. But then can it not come that is sown with good?
Right. So the point is, yeah, we got the kingdom and all that, but if this place that's full of wickedness, unrighteousness, BS, if this don't be taken out the way, if Esau, the so-called white man, don't be taken out the way, along with these other heathen nations, we'll never get in that kingdom. So that's the reason we should want people to start losing more jobs. We shouldn't even want to work right now. You know, yeah, we're going to be here too. Life going to be hard, but we should want these things, man. Again, we about to step into a time like never before. Yahweh Shai had to literally say, remember Lot's wife. It's nothing we should try to be holding on to going into this time. For what? For what? Everything will be destroyed. I read something the other day, I think it's a Sirach, or Wisdom of Solomon, one of them. It say that everything will be pretty much destroyed, the creation and the person who made the shit. Everything go, so what's the point of keeping anything? You see, we should be invested in the kingdom to come. Right?
I saw a video earlier today, I don't know which one, but Elder Apostle Wakar was speaking on that. He was just saying how we tired of this fucking place. You in the spirit of the elect, man. We tired of this place. We supposed to be mad and wanting to head up and get up out this fucking place. We ain't running around here like these two-third niggas showing our teeth, man, to play out, man. This shit vexes us, bro. You know, but we understand that we got a job to do. We gotta come out and preach the God, but yo, man, through our daily activities, I know brother be right around there like, man, I'm tired of this. I know I do. I'm tired of this. But I understand what we have to go through before we can reach the kingdom. And that's these times, the grace period we got, what we saying. Build yourself up for these times to come in, because it's gonna, hey man, it's gonna be going through tribulation. You know? Yeah, this place fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
What's that? 2 Peter. Your brother want to grab it?
2 Peter 3.
Yeah, con. Man, we got the understanding to know this place about to come. We got faith in the scriptures, man. That's why we're all so bold, because we know we got the insight from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to know the things that's coming, unlike 2/3 of our people, you know.
Like in Matthew 24th chapter, when Yahweh Shah was, whenever the apostles asked him, you know, when is the end of this world and the sign of that coming? Yahweh Shah made a list of a few things that were going to take place, but he said, but be not troubled. You know, so when these things take off, we shouldn't have that, you know, that spirit, you know, that's just so negative and down, because we know this is the signs that, oh, this has to happen before Yahweh Shah makes his return. If the scriptures prophesied that the Lord is going to be sent to save his people from their enemies, what you think it's going to be in the last days? It's going to be a fucking chaotic time where people are going to need to be saved out of trouble. You know, not, oh no, we good. We get another 30 years, then you can come and get us. We're ready to go right now, man.
Yeah. 30 minutes. You know that long, the scripture say ain't gonna be no flesh to save, man.
It's our kingdom.
This devil, man, he's a maniac.
What's that? It's 3 and where it say we look for a new heaven and a new earth.
In 2 Peter 3, I'm going to start at 10.
Okay.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in holy conversation and godliness?
Hey, you know, that's speaking about those World War III, you know, when those nuclear missiles are going to be shot off into the ends of the earth, you know, as well as Yahweh Shah and the angels shooting laser beams on this place. You know, America, you know, 5,000 square miles from the east to the west of America is going to be a lake of fire. That's what the Apostle John saw, But say, what manner of person shall we be? Seeing that all these things are gonna be dissolved. Holy conversation. You go to that word in the Greek, and the strophe. Goes to your behavior. How should we be living? We should be living according to the standard. Keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability. Measuring up to Yahweh, man. The example to be living how He lived. While we have this grace period. Not bullshitting around.
It says, nevertheless, we see. So although fire coming, and we know that, it says, nevertheless. So in other words, although that's gonna happen, nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So again, we understand a lot of shit gotta happen before we can get there. Fire gotta be sent down before we can get there, man. It's gonna be a new heaven and a new earth. It will be, But this one gotta go first. There was two nations that was promised rulership over the whole earth: Esau and Jacob. And Esau got his now. We can't have it at the same time. We can't have it at the same time. Esau got his now, so we're gonna have to get ours once he's done. I said, and this town ain't big enough for the two of us, like Western. Right. This rulership in the world ain't big enough for the both of us. Esau,
You just go into Esau at the end of the world, Jacob is the prophet. Beginning of the prophet. So yeah, we in them times, and the devil, he at the end of his rulership. That's why the scripture says he's gonna come down with that great wrath. Esau don't fight, man. He ain't gonna just lay down and just let us just come through and us in our king. That devil gonna come with that great wrath of us. And Israel as a whole. Because remember, he's still trying to keep his birthright. He want to keep his kingdom. And he said, okay, they say if I can destroy all of Israel, every one of them, I'm good. But the Most High gave him a stumbling block because he said he elected men. So he can't do that. He can't go to the moon. So this devil pretty much know that it's over with. So like you be back and cat into a goddamn corner, shit, you think that little cat ain't back? Shit. You better make sure you got some gloves on if you reach.
And it's to the point now, Esau, he know the Messiah gonna come from the heavens. He know that. So he know, let's jump. he know that ain't gonna happen with the Lord, but he know he gonna upset prophecy. If he don't kill all niggas, which Esau version of killing off niggas and Mexicans go way back from just him coming in with the troops.
Right.
That's in your food, that's in the neighborhoods that put you in, that's going all the abortion, that's going all the way back, right? But what's the brother saying, he coming with a different type of devilish activity now, a different type of hatred now.
Right.
You see? I forgot all I was going to say. Let me get this for you, right? This Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, which is the so-called white man, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have for the short time.
And that's it. A short time. He saw the end of the world, so he knows that his rulership is coming to an end. And these elites know that. Okay, they hear it from us, and they see everything we don't know what's really going on in the background, but it ain't moving smooth like it said. They said in the Joel say that they're gonna be in strikes sometime. So everything ain't working according to his plan. But that devil knows that, hey man, I'm gonna make my push, I'm gonna make my one run. It's just like in the 12th round, you be like, man, you better get in there and get all you got. You gotta get all you got on this one.
Get how you live.
Yeah, get how you live. So that's the spirit that devil coming in, man.
Real quick, I remember the point I was gonna make. So Esau, he just trying to kill off all Jake, but now it's to the point he know he ain't gonna get the Lord himself. He want to try to offset prophecy by at least getting one of the elect.
That's it.
One of the elect. Because if one of the elect ain't gonna be up there in 2nd Esdras 2, he offset prophecy. Because Yahweh said, none have he would he lose.
Right.
Everybody support in 2nd Esdras, the 2nd chapter, he said all of them gonna be there who's supposed to be there, who fulfilled their lot. So if he could knock off one of them, now you know what proved that? He put it in movies, the supercell. Right. The ones who got the spirit on them, that's the ones he won't. And that's also in Revelation 12. Because in verse 12 he said he coming after the world. Specifically, this is who he won't. Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, Israel, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and had a testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Right.
Now Esau a fugitive. He on the run. If you're on the run and you know your court date coming up soon and you heard it had people who gonna testify, what you gonna do in the time you hear about that and the time that court date? Right. If you're a real criminal, you're gonna try to go kill or bribe that person who got the testimony, the witness. The witness. You're gonna try to kill him or bribe him. Right, Esau know he ain't gonna bribe the elect, so he gonna try to kill us.
Right, that's it.
That's it. He gonna try to come after the brothers because the only thing that can hurt him is the truth, man. That's why he said he want the ones with the truth. That's why you got movies like Supercell. They ain't worried about the everyday nigga, man. They want the ones who this nigga got powers. Right? I seen him do this. You know? That's who they want.
He already got 2/3 of our people.
Yeah.
We already said the God of this world don't blot the mind. So he got 2/3. He ain't worried about that. He look at them every day like suckers. Right. He want the elect, man. Right. He's mainly for the elect and them. I think very well really mainly for the elect, man. Right.
Read in 2 Ezra 16, it says that army go come for what? Those who fear the Lord. Yeah, in the whole that's all Israel, because in a sense, our people are spiritual people.
Right.
Even in 2/3, they are spiritual people. You know, whether they believe they got a zeal. That's it, that's the word. They got a zeal. So they fear the Lord in a way that's not right. You know? They ain't got it. But the point is, all Israel, but it's those, and that's when the Lord gonna make known who is his, though. You see? Right. That's when the supercell brothers gonna get their power in that day. You know? You got something? Yeah, brother,
yeah, we can, but that just show you, just to add to what you were saying, how powerful these words are for Esau to react like that.
Yeah.
Like this ain't, because what Daniela brought out in Peter, from over 1,000 years ago, Apostle Peter said that. We saying the same, that has not happened yet. Right. We saying the same thing, so that fear to our, let me just read this.
Hey, because remember, before you get that, remember, these scriptures is the book of life. Esau know this book, this is a living book, and Esau know that. Now you know, because we are here boldly telling that devil, hey, this is what's going to happen to you, this is how the Lord going to do it. So Esau, yeah, he's threatened by that.
Yeah, 2 Thessalonians going to that.
Yeah.
But this is Philippians chapter 1, in verse 28, just getting to the point. But if you read the verse up, it goes into the importance of having one spirit, teaching one gospel. You know, the effect of doing that, the correct doctrine in the gospel. Philippians chapter 1 and 28, it says, and in nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation and that of the Most High. So it's evident, it is going to be 100% clear that them niggas are through. They're going to be destroyed, man. But unto us it says salvation. So that's just the point. These words are that powerful where the elites, the rulers of this world, hey, they shit is about to come to an end, and they know it because the Lord are dealing with certain men, and they can't deny it, man. It's evident.
Man, I'm looking for a scripture. I just read it, I think, yesterday or today. But you know how they say sticks and stones may break my bones.
It's in Sirach.
Sirach 28 on that. It's sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That's bullshit. First, Hebrews, the brother get Hebrews 4 and 12. And 12. Whoever get it, Hebrews 4 and 12. Can you get it in the NLT too, Papa? But it's a Sirach, man. That was a good precept for it. But it pretty much going to how talk can hurt you. But whoever got the Hebrews
chapter 4 and verse 12 in the NLT, for the word of the Most High is alive and powerful. It is sharpened than the sharpest two-edged sword, cutting between soul and spirit, between joints and marrow. It exposes your innermost thoughts and desires. So that's the word, cutting, man. That's what the word do, is cut you, man.
Hey, so like you found
read that. Hey, start one up. Because look, they say sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Let's see what the Bible says. You got it out.
All right, this is Sirach, known as Ecclesiasticus 28 and 16. Whoso hearken unto it shall never find rest, and never dwell quietly.
Right, that's talking about going into slander, people talking about you or lying about you. If you pay attention to that, you always, be at unease. You gonna be worried about the wrong stuff. But it's gonna go on. That's why it's gonna say what it's gonna say in the next verse. Because if people talk, right, we're gonna see what talk can do. You got it, Doc.
Verse 17. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bone.
The stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. Can it put us in the GMT? It's 28 and 17.
Come.
You can read it again, Doc.
Come.
28 17.
This is Rock 28 and 17. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bone.
And you know what? That's to tell you it's still internal. It's an internal effect. Because it says whips on the flesh, but this gonna break your bones internal. Just like that bone and marrow, you gonna get cut inwardly, man. That was the law. You got it, Doc.
This is Sirach chapter 28 in verse 17 in the GNT. It says, a whip can raise a welt, but a vicious tongue can break bones.
Come on, man. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but the law words, they gonna hurt too. They gonna break you too, man. And that's why people got a problem with what the prophet's saying. Because you literally have people who they end all be all is America. Make America great, I bleed red, white, and blue, and stars, right? And when we say America gonna get destroyed, we hate this place, curses on it, the so-called white, they really feel some type of way. If you're an Edomite, you passing, and we saying this type of stuff, you a heathen, you feel some type of way. When we get on niggas and Mexicans, and you passing, you gonna feel some type of way. Or if we talking about judgment coming, you gonna think about that, man.
And to prove that, like, when we see a nigga coming up against the truth, we feel some type of way. We go, man, you know, so yeah, trust me, we out here boldly. They don't want to hear that. Not good old America, that be good old boys. Nah, hell no. They don't want to hear us saying that your kingdom don't go. Well, we ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it. We're gonna do it. You know, you start getting calm and get mad at that shit. Yeah, appreciate you. Like,
I got one. This is Hosea chapter 6 and verse 5. This is how it takes place. You took it out my Now this Hosea chapter 6 and verse 5, it says, therefore have I hewn them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. That's how they get cut. That's the effect of the prophets, and that's the effect, ultimately, the words of the Lord, man. And hewn, it cuts it down.
I got it. This is Proverbs 18 and verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. I'm read that in the NLT too. Proverbs 18 and 21. In the NLT it says, the tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. Hey, that's how we prophesying the downfall of this kingdom, man. We prophesying the death of America, you know, Babylon the Great in the scriptures. Y'all got it.
Yeah, we in a time, maybe. And look, we can just read it and run it. You wanted it in the GNT. Now, this is what we was talking about earlier, how is a script. This is where they get the movies from. The movies like The Road, the movies like The Purge, the movies like The Book of Eli. This is where they get stuff like that from, man. That's going to happen in these last days. They get it from the Bible. You got it, bro. And we're going to just let's start at 5.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 5 in the GNT. I am sending disasters on you, and no one can stop them from coming. Can anyone stop a hungry lion in the forest? Or put out a fire that is burning in straw? Or turn back an arrow shot by a strong archer? When the Lord God sends disasters, no one can hold it back.
And that's the time we're in now. You know, Americans are like to say, they like to pray everything away too. Yeah. You know, they like to pray everything away. We ain't in the time of Nineveh no more. You know how they fasted, so on and so forth. We ain't in that time. The Lord about to show no mercy. It's in Jeremiah 51 how it says, you're going to seek out we would have healed Babylon, America, but America can't be healed. No bomb. Nothing can be done to bring back the Most High to show mercy to the nations of the world. It's done with. You know what prove it? Daniel the 2nd chapter. They was given a certain time to rule. After that, it's done with. You got it. You got a question, bro? You got a question?
we say you're being a waiver.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. You just moved to Louisiana?
Oh, no, I'm Jewish.
That's why it caught my attention because I'm Jewish and I saw that and thought it was interesting.
Okay.
So is this like a service?
Right. Yeah, we here to, well, that's what we here to do. Prophesy and tell our people that we are the Israelites. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as we would know it today, and that's according to prophecy out the Bible. That's according to prophecy. We're not here just waking up just saying anything that's in the Bible. That's what we read. You know, we got proof that we're the people of the Bible. You know, by way of prophecy. We got a lot of proof. You know, for example, it was said that in the last days we was going to be in captivity. We wasn't going to be in the land. The real Israelites would not be in the land of Israel right now in the last days. That's the point of the Messiah coming, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. His name is Yahweh. That's the point of him coming to get his people from captivity and bring us back to the land. But that's just an example of what we are here to do, prophesying to our people. It's mainly the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but I'm going to say this. We have been scattered for hundreds to thousands of years as Israelites. So we look like all nations. So it's not a black movement. It's not a Hispanic movement. You got people who look like you. Well, you look, like us. You from, but you can look like a white person or whatever. You could be an Israelite. It's all by the blood. So we here to push our people, tell them they're Israelites, not Negroes or Mexicans, and also we here to prophesy the downfall of this current kingdom, which is ruled by Esau, Edom, the Edomites in the scriptures, which today is known as the so-called white men or Caucasians. And also, along with the nation of Edom, the rest of the nations, which we ain't got the other side, but the rest of the nations, they about to lose their rulership too, which they, been having by way of these governments, But that's what we're here to push. Tell our people we Israelites and prophesy against the heathens. And tell them our Lord Yahweh is about to come back. You about to say something else?
What compel you to stop by here?
Just caught my attention, the name.
Okay.
But it's very interesting.
No, you good.
Is there a problem? We can,
No, you good, man.
we can continue. If you want to kind of,
I'm listening.
Would you say you was Jewish though?
I am Jewish.
Okay. You say you from Venezuela?
Yeah.
Okay. You can finish that.
Or you
No,
Jewish?
no, my family is Jewish.
On your father's side?
Yeah. So on my mom's side, they're Jewish. My dad's is Venezuelan.
So you come
So
on.
I'm mixed.
Yeah, he says father is Venezuelan.
Okay.
My
Your
dad's
line
Venezuelan,
goes by
but-
your father's line.
Well, my mom's side is Jewish, but my dad's is not. So Venezuela is next to Colombia, so it,
So you would be the tribe of Asher? The tribe of Asher. Colombia to Uruguay, you would be the tribe of Asher. Because again, like we were saying, this is not a Negro thing, But, so again, you got Central and South America now. We got people all over the world, but the main bulk of our people, while we in North, Central, and South America, by way of slavery, You had 1492, the conquistadors shipping our people, Central and South America, and also the transatlantic slave trade that happened with the Africans, the Hamites, with our people giving them to Esau, the white man bringing us over here to America, So again, you said your father is Jewish?
my mom.
Your mom is Jewish. Okay, well, it goes by the father.
I got it.
You got it.
This is Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families.
Which your pedigree is your lineage, by way of your blood sperm line. Got it. So it says they declared their pedigree. This is how you follow your lineage.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
By the house of their fathers. So you are what your father is. And again, you said your father is Venezuelan, which, I'm not sure what your mother is either, but you're Israelite, bro. Whether you believe in that. And I'm going to say this too. We can't just say just because you're from Venezuela, you're Israelite. Because you might not be. You might not be. Because you got people who look like us, Negroes. And remember, we've been scattered to the four corners. For example, I'm going to give you an example in slavery. You had a slave master go rape a so-called black woman. And they'll have a child. And the child will come out looking light-skinned and everything, looking black. But guess who his father is? He will be a so-called white man. So just because you look like us don't make you West either. I'm going to say that. Or just because you look like another nation, you can't be an Israelite. Right. But you got any questions? Go up. What is that?
This is Romans 8 and 16. It says, and that's also going to validate the point that the brother is making. It says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. All right, so back up his point to allude to what he's saying, that you can't just base everything off of skin color. Whether someone appears to be, of a brown complexion or a light complexion. Because the analogy that he made If that slave owner, he does that to that slave woman, down the line, if they continue to breed that way, then hey, they gonna get lighter in complexion. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the spirit. If you resonate with this or not.
So let me ask you, what you believe in? Like, what's your faith? What's your belief?
Jewish.
Jewish. So you believe in the Talmud,
The Torah, the Talmud.
Torah, the Talmud. Okay, so you believe the people over there in the land right now are the actual people of the Lord, right? The Israelites.
The Israelites, yeah.
You have any proof to back that claim up? Because it's the thing, like, we have a lot of people come up to us and ask, what we doing and do we have proof? And if you want to, we can like prove by prophecy, because it's not just we saying anything that we the people that line up with us, and how the people over there, they don't fit what the Bible say the Israelites will be doing in the last days. But would you have any example that you can back up to say like these are the people that's there now in the land, or to show that y'all Israelites? Because I believe they declared the state of Israel in 1948 with the Balfour Declaration. That's nowhere in the Bible. There's nowhere in prophecy that was going to happen, that the Lord people was going to go back to the land by way of a paper. I mean, but you have any proof that y'all the people? Or you just kind of was taught that?
I'm not the most religious person. I don't really know. I couldn't answer that question.
Okay, that's fine. This is actually, it's all good. But that's what we teach, and that's the truth. The people over in the land, the people they say they're Jewish, that's not the real. And they say Jews. That's just one tribe. That's the tribe of Judah. Jew is short for Judah. Now, at one point in time, you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi together. So you might have at times in the Bible when it say Judah, it could be mentioning these three tribes. But Jew is just a short for the tribe of Judah. This is another thing. Y'all say y'all the Jews, but it will be just three tribes. Where the other tribes at? Where's Issachar, Zebulon? Y'all just say I'm Judah or Levi or Levi. Like, where the other tribes at today? But see, stuff like that is proof on how the people who say they are Jews today, they can't be the people. It don't line up. It don't line up. You want to say something? No. Yeah, okay, fine. But y'all brothers have anything? If not, we can finish with the second of the 16. But if you got any questions, bro, feel free to ask.
Where can I? You have like a YouTube page?
Yeah, GMS Houston.
Yeah, you could type it on YouTube. It's GMS Houston. GMS Houston. That's our first, campaign.
Thank you.
You got it, bro.
This is back in 2nd Esdras, chapter 16.
Yeah, you can start. You can go to let's start at 17. Let's go to 17.
This is back in 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and verse 17 in the GNT. I'm doomed. Who will rescue me in those days?
Now think about this. This is a prophet, Esdras. And he got visions of things that was going to happen in our time. Now, mind you, he got scared when he seen these visions. He said, I'm doomed. Who going to deliver me? That's to show you how much fear he had, and he just seen a vision. Before this, he was told angels were sent to him, and he was told by angels, the Lord must love you because he's showing you things he don't show regular men. Right. So even for Esdras to be told all this, he still said, who going to save me? That's to show you it's that serious. You got it, bro.
Verse 18, troubles will come, and many people will groan. Famine will come, and many will die. Wars will come, and the world powers will tremble. Disasters will come, and every...
Real quick, that got to be heavy for the world powers to tremble.
Right.
All right? What do the nations fear? They don't fear shit.
Right.
All right? They control everything, man. All right? They sit there and they have the nations get together and they sit back and implement different sanctions throughout the world. All right, put it in different legislations globally. Okay, but they sit on their high horse up there, man. So this vision is very heavy for all the nations to tremble. All right, that's the power in which we believe in. Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. All right, coming to strike fear in the earth, man. To know that y'all don't run shit.
Right.
All right, y'all was put in position for a certain time, all right, to fulfill my Father's will. You don't have no power.
Right.
All right, and it's being stripped. All right, you go into Job 8, eighth chapter. All right, talks about the light of the wicked. All right, being put out. That's talking about Esau. So what are the other nations? Esau's on top. So everybody, all these nations are getting weaker and weaker, man. Okay, that's why they jockeying for position and getting ready for World War III, which the scripture is going into, man.
You gonna know Harari ain't gonna be talking that shit that day.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 18 in the GNT. Troubles will come, and many people will groan. Famine will come, and many will die. Wars will come, and the world powers will tremble. Disasters will come, and everyone will be terrified.
Right, got it.
What will people do when these disasters come?
And that's what kind of we were speaking on earlier. What people really gonna do who don't have the Lord in their day? It's gonna be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, man. And it is a specific way of serving the Lord. It ain't just because you believe in a higher power. You can't just say Jesus, God, Jehovah. Allah. It's a specific name. You have to use a specific way.
And believe in it.
Yep. And believe.
Just to, not like that. Hey, real quick. Hey, excuse me. Do you know the true name of the Lord? As serious as that. Because according to the scriptures, you're going to have to call on those names in order to be exempt from these judgments that's taking place. So just for an example, it ain't too many people on this earth that actually know the name of the Lord nor believe in it, man. Just and the Spirit always bears witness. That's what was going on too. The Lord just revealed something again, man. But just to make that point, not too many people have it.
Especially like people, hey, the scripture says that the Lord's name is a strong tower and a righteous run into and are safe. You know, to your point. So it's a lot of people that are not going to be safe and are going to be subject to what death.
And that's going to show you their knowledge that they got according to this world ain't gonna fucking stand. Your mommy don't make you a chosen person of the Lord. Neither does your daddy, bro. You're not Jewish. Just it shows you the wisdom and the pride that they got and the arrogancy that they got right now before these troubles come. When the troubles come, it ain't gonna be no fucking going against what the prophets have been saying, what the Lord gave them to say. The words of the Lord are going to stand, man. And what happened? You walked off because he don't have it. He does not have it.
Like, he couldn't even tell us about his own. He ain't had no belief. Like the elder just said, he didn't have no belief. Come over here, you know, you said all that, but you don't even know what's going on. You don't know
He
nothing.
walked up here so proudly.
Right.
But Salaki, brother.
You have to come to the smaller camp and say something.
Okay, first he tried to go to
Alawat,
yeah,
yeah,
like, but you know, you got a question or something, but you got it, huh?
2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 19 in the GNT. So continuing on, as it mentioned at the end of verse 18, it says, what will people do when these disasters come?
Right.
Verse 19, famine, epidemics,
Epidemics, we seeing that now.
troubles.
When you go into the word epidemic, it says, and epidemic is the rapid spread of a disease to a large number of hosts in a given population within a short period of time. We seeing that. That's what's happening. They talking about the mpox, the bird FLU. They brought back the death plague. We don't got the article in account, but all of that's epidemics. The CB supposed to come back.
Right.
Lockdowns, that's happening.
And I was just watching the news like that. It was, someone he was diagnosed with all the MP.
Oh, like multiple.
Yeah,
I seen
multiple.
that. He had all of them.
He had all of them.
CBNP.
Yeah, I'm like, God. Yeah, HIV. I'm like, oh shit. Woo.
You know, a lot of people, that's what that juice caused. So it makes sense that they go be telling a lot of people, you got all of them.
Right.
Lockdowns, like everybody getting multiple.
Right, yeah, they get multiple. Yeah.
Verse 19 again, famine, epidemics, troubles, and suffering. It says, and suffering are sent to punish and correct people. But in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forget their punishment.
And that's what we've been saying. Remember, like when CB came, people were scared and, bro, this is the end of the world. repenting. People, started the Sage, the Palo Santo, doing all that. But soon as it went back, happy hour back. They forgot about it.
Stadiums packed.
Yep. Concerts again. Well, you know what that's likened unto? Contractions. A woman in the hospital.
Right.
When that contraction comes, she in pain. She's grabbing her husband and crying and sweating. But then when it go away, she back watching TV for a little bit until it come back. Well, the next contraction about to come, man.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
And another thing too with the contractions, the thing about that is they get strong after time. They get stronger, then you get that break, and it builds up. So it's gradualism. So all in all, it's coming towards something big. So we have something that happens, retracts, all to what? The destruction of this civilization, to the deliverance of the Israelites, and the return of our Lord. So all these things are happening.
Yeah, you said the key word, gradualism. Because what they were doing, they used that as a test run to see, all right, what would these people do? What would they take? Let's use that word. What will they take in order to get back to so-called normalcy?
And also, they transformed them themselves. Remember that devil, Bill Gates said, and that the person, the him in first place, and this one's gonna be,
Get him.
they gonna feel his spirit.
Remember his wife. Him and his wife looked at each other like this after he said the first one was like a test run.
Yeah.
But this next one is going to get him, and they both did this.
That's how they
You
did.
seen that? You
They
ain't seen
looked
that?
at each other.
You seen that? Bill Gates and his wife, they were sitting down for an interview. They asked him about CV, and he said, "Well, that one was just a test run,
Right.
but this next one is really going to get him." And him and his wife did this. So come on, man.
Devil, man. Devil.
They know it.
They know it.
It ain't no coincidence he burned up all the farmland and all that, man.
Yeah. And the most I put the spirit in that devil to say that, man. Don't talk about it. That's prophecy, man. These devils, they let you know. Hey, y'all born with it. Like, they know what we're
But you know what that's going to backfire? You know what that's going to backfire? Them sending stuff is going to get out of hand. That's why the power's going to stand and fill. Just like with Pharaoh. Remember Pharaoh Egyptians was doing all the little stuff to keep up with the miracles? To make it seem like it wasn't that important. Eventually it's going to get out of hand where they going to be in fear. They ain't going to better control nothing either. Their family's going to start getting these diseases. They going to start dying. So all kind of stuff going to start happening, man. You got it, all right?
Second Esdras, chapter 16, in verse 21. Or verse 20. In the GNT it says, "But in spite of all this, they will not turn away from their sins. They soon forget their punishment. The time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived. But then disaster will spring up everywhere, wars, famine, and great confusion."
Right. Right now, while you can go in the store and get you a gallon of milk with no problem. I mean, it still went up, though. It went from it's like $5 now for a gallon of milk. That's still a lot, but yeah, well, they can go to McDonald's, go to Jack in the Box and get something to eat and mix everything cool. You can afford gas because hyperinflation gonna come to this thing too. They're gonna come. So right there, they ain't tripping, and until this day, I can witness it's all they complain. They struggling out. So imagine when the hyperinflation come and all that hit, they barely making it out. Why it's cheap on the earth? So yeah, man, they're gonna even get worse.
Yeah, you look at it, it's crazy when we say, don't be surprised if you see a case of water for over $100, or a loaf of bread for over $200.
Or when you walk to the store with $100 and you leave, come back an hour later, that motherfucker $200.
Hey, because the brother brought out the Counting Kings when the famine came, they were buying a donkey's head for silver.
Right.
Like, so the prices of shit that shouldn't even be that expensive, it was that expensive.
Right.
Buying pigeon shit for silver and stuff, come on, man. But going back to the scripture, 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 21 again, it says, "The time is coming when food will be so cheap that people will think a time of peace and plenty has arrived. But then disaster will spring up everywhere, wars, famine, and great confusion."
And we said we on the threshold of that. The threshold, you got the door and the bottom where the silver, that's the threshold. We right there. Right there.
And the beauty of it is deceived and the deceiver are his, man. Okay? The chaos that Esau's going to bring is the Most prophesies chaos. In order for his prophecies to be fulfilled, this chaos has to come, man. So he's putting it in this devil's mind to put these plans in place, okay, to create this chaos, man. Elsewise, the scriptures won't be fulfilled. We won't have Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay, so you read with Isaiah 19. Okay, all right, you won't have those in the same household going at each other's neck. There's no famine and chaos in the streets, man.
Verse 22, many people on earth will starve to death.
Right, they already said in I forgot said on the Thursday live last night. Sudan. In Sudan, they said over 2 million people expected to die of starvation in Sudan in September. No, starting in September. That's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, but the wicked ain't ruling.
Come on, man.
These motherfuckers watch, cause I get irritated watching the Discovery Channel, which I love doing, but they'll sit there and just record an animal dying. A baby animal stuck in the mud. They just record it. Oh, he's separated from the pack. Maybe one day before he's gonna have to go. They'll sit back and watch a whole nation of people fucking die of starvation and have the resources to save them. Yep. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job being a perfect devil.
Many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war.
Right. Hey, well that's like that Amos. You run from the lion. Right. So you running. You find a piece of bread. You ate it. You good. But and what it say next?
Verse 23, their corpses will be thrown out.
It says, but you're going to be killed in war. And now, if you don't get shipped overseas and go fight in war, what's going to happen? It's the such thing as a civil war. You look, yeah, you ate, but the law to have a nigga come, turn your TV off. What's the dude?
Cut your water off.
Yeah, turn your TV off, man. Right? You got it, all right? Yeah, watch the sniper. What's the nigga name? That's
Yeah, that's what I did. No, but this not gonna be like what was that? Batman and Dark Knight. It's not gonna just be two groups clashing and running at each other. No, it's gonna be just a fucking dog eat dog, man. It's not gonna be an organized civil war, one side against the other. You're gonna have left wing, modes, straight, this race, that race, this group, that group. Just everybody just fucking at each other's neck, trying to survive, man. All right, to get to the point to where you say I'm about to eat somebody, you're in a bad fucking state, man. But the Most High is going to unleash that spirit in people's mind to just get ruthless, man. All right? There was a show that used to be on, I want to say AE. One of them, but it was a show was called Sons of Guns. And shit. What's that? Huh? No, it was an actual real show where they were basically, it was about guns, weaponry, and just going to different gun shops throughout the country and seeing Esau integrating guns. You had one Edomite, this motherfucker integrated an AK-47 into a sniper rifle. So you had the precision of a sniper rifle with a fucking AK. And the show was called Sons of Guns. It wasn't just like a TV show. They was really doing this shit. One Edomite mounted a Gatling gun on a little ass Ford Ranger truck. What the fuck you think they gonna do with that shit, man?
Yeah.
They gonna go hunting for niggas. Spits and wet things.
And just laying back enough you, that's why reading this account in verse 17, that's why the prophet Ezra made mention of woe is me, who go deliver me in those days.
Right.
So
He saw all that.
he saw how it went down, and that's a man of the Lord.
How much more somebody without that?
Right.
He seen a vision. He wasn't even there like that.
Second Ezra chapter 16 in verse 22, many people on earth will starve to death, and those who escape starvation will be killed in war. Their corpses will be thrown out like garbage, and there will be no one left to comfort the living.
No more funerals. Yeah. For what? Who about to gather over here? Who gonna say a prayer over the body? First, who even gonna put the people in the what's the shit called? The casket. Who who gonna do the makeup? You know, they do the makeup and feel about it. Who gonna do that? Nobody. You know why? Because when somebody died, it ain't gonna be no time to get over and cry and say, no, you gotta run for your life still. You gotta stay there. Ain't no time no more. You got it. I know you got it.
You're constantly seeing death at a high rate, day after day. I mean, you're gonna be desensitized.
Yeah, you adapt to it.
All the so-called conspiracy theories. All right, you got to think about this. When YouTube first hit, that's when the NWO thing started moving. That's pretty much what like got a lot of brothers into this was the fear of Esau's plans, man. Okay, that's when you would have all these videos of the concentration camps, and they would have these coffins that could fit multiple bodies in one. Big black, it wasn't like a regular coffin, it's like a big ass black container, and they could fit multiple bodies in the shit. But now, like, they didn't normalize that. Oh, that shit, no, they ain't doing that shit. There was a point people were talking about that, man. They got these coffins, they got concentration camps, all these things, but now it's like, oh, well, that shit ain't real. They don't even think about it. But when you read that, that's the first thing popped in my head was them coffins, man. And I'm talking about they had them stacked up. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of them, bro. And that's just in one location.
So a few years ago, they had all them guillotines and all of those disposable body bags. What happened to that? What happened to that?
Yeah, you got to have a contract with China. Have China mass producing these guillotines, man.
Back in verse 23, the earth will be deserted and its cities demolished. There will be no one left to plow the land or plant it.
Right, see what we were saying earlier, Esau ain't gonna be out here weed eating no more. That's gonna be done with. You know, the lawns keeping the roots and weeds from growing over. Ain't nobody gonna be out here doing that no more, man.
In America.
Right, in
Just
America.
to put it in perspective, because the scripture says the earth, somehow the earth is gonna be destroyed. No, the earth is gonna be beautified. But this place,
And like you may mention earlier, just with the lockdowns, whenever the agriculture wasn't getting its proper maintenance, what you start seeing? Wild animals come up in the cities. That's why, look, you can't run from the judgment that you're reading about. It is going to come to a point where you ain't going to see a lot of people. It's going to be animals in them desert places. And what, they just going to be there to take pictures? You're going to be fed to them animals, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 27, in the GNT it says, and a person will long to see the face of another human being or even to hear another person's voice. Only...
This is a movie script, huh? Yeah. This is every movie script.
Oh, you was here before we said that?
Yep.
Nah, that's a spirit thing. That's confirmation. Wait, that's confirmation. I thought you said we've been saying that. That's why we've been reading.
Yeah, he said
that's
it's
what
a
we said.
script.
It's a script.
They thought he'd give us.
That's a spirit.
And folks serve the purpose, man. Hey, everything is balanced.
Verse 27, and a person will long to see the face of another human being or even to hear another person's voice. And that's going to be a day of your calamity. You're going to be by yourself seeking to see another person or just to hear a voice. And if you do, what the fuck is that voice going to do for you if it ain't specifically a man that has the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh or mercy and attached to that?
Why you ain't? Because one, in the city's gonna be locked down. The cities, troops gonna be here, camps gonna be set up, people gonna be dead. You gonna have people ran to the mountains. You know, so a lot of stuff gonna be going on, right? People gonna be trying to hide out. So that's why. And nobody gonna have no answers. You got it, bro. And watch this similar to what the Lord gonna give. You got it.
Verse 25, trees will bear their fruit, but there will be no one left to pick it.
You can go to 28.
Verse 28, only 10 will be left out of a whole city. And in the countryside, only 2 who have hidden in the forest or in caves.
See, they gonna be doing that, going hide. Like the roll, Book of Eli, you got it.
When an olive grove is harvested.
Now check it similar to it out. Who's seen the last purge with the Negroes in Staten Island? Not the last one.
It was called the first purge.
It was the second to last one that came out.
Yeah, but it was called the first purge.
The first purge.
Because it went back in time to show when they first implemented the experiment, which they tested it out on Jake in the projects. Yeah.
Y'all brother seen that? Remember at the end, they was in the apartment, and Esau came in with the troops. Anybody they seen, they sprayed them. They laid them down. Read this, huh?
Verse 29, when an olive grove is harvested, 3 or 4 olives may be left on each tree.
Wow, that's in the law to leave some for the poor. You got it.
When grapes in a vineyard are picked, a few bunches may be left even by those who look carefully.
So you get that, right? Olives gonna be left, a few gonna be left for grapes. Watch why the Lord said that.
Verse 31, this is how it will be in those days. 3 or 4 will be, Salaki, 3 or 4 will be missed by the soldiers who search through the houses to kill everyone.
That's in that movie. At the end, that's the apartment they ran in. And you had the dude coming with the leather suit. Yeah. They was shooting everybody, man. They got that from right here. This is when Esau gonna show no mercy. Anybody he see moving, he gonna shoot him.
And those were foreign mercenaries too. They hired foreign mercenaries to really incite the riots. When it got lawless, Jake just threw block parties. They say, no, we gotta get people to kill. Show you, this is a peaceable people, man.
And like the elder just said, he said this is the Heavenly Father using these devils to do that. So I wanted to get that, and I want to get this in Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 5. O Assyrian, the Assyrian represents these devils today, Esau, okay? The rod of my anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation, is righteous anger, okay? He's always, go ahead.
So like what you say, it said the staff is in.
Isaiah 10 verse 5. O Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation.
So it said the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. Just to make that point. The Lord has certain nations set up and people in this context going into Edomites. He has you set up specifically for that purpose.
Right.
That's why we suffering and going through the shit that we go through now.
Because like we were going into it, they just brought out, hey, they gonna spare none, right? So verse 6 said, I will send him against a hypocritical nation. And that's you Israelites, man. Okay, he said, and against the people of my wrath, where I give him a charge to take spoil, to take prey, and here's the point, to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
Lord gonna show. This is the Lord last time to judge his people forever.
Right.
So he gonna show them. Because you know what? The elect giving their sacrifice now to get the kingdom. The 2/3, they ain't giving no sacrifice for the law, so he got to sacrifice them. He got to judge them, put them through all kind of hell so they can get to the other side.
Right.
You know? You gotta go out.
There's the second chapter where it says, ready your mind to the reward of the kingdom.
You want it?
No.
Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 32.
Hey, but y'all brothers actually said, and the elder confirmed it. It's a movie script we read. He wasn't even here.
Verse 32, it says, the land will be left empty. The fields will be overgrown with briars.
This way, Issachar coming out with his weed and shit, cutting grass.
The roads and paths will be covered with weeds and thorns, because there will be no sheep to graze along them. Young women will be in mourning because there is no one to marry them.
Why, huh?
Shit, they gonna be dead. Who they gonna marry? Them. Like,
no, that's it.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be no young men around here left like that.
Right, remember, they going, a lot of them gonna be drafted.
Right.
A lot of them gonna be going over there. Yeah, a lot of them gonna be going to get drafted, and they ain't coming back home. Over there in Jehoshaphat, over there, man, hey, Jehoshaphat, they gonna be judged over there. They ain't coming home, so that's why they gonna be free men. And the niggas out here gonna be getting judged.
That's gonna kick off a lot of civil war right there, because a lot of people they gonna fight. That's a lot of American citizens that they gonna give their children up to the military, man.
You get verse 33 now?
Done.
Okay, you got it.
It says, wives will be in mourning because they have lost their husbands. Daughters will be in mourning because there is no one to help them.
So wives gonna be crying because their husband ain't there. Daughters gonna be mourning because their father's not there.
You got it. You know what that reminds me of? Isaiah 13. Yeah. But a man should be more precious than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Verse 34, all the young men will be killed in the war.
They gonna see, a lot gonna get drafted, and not they're just gonna die during the skirmishes in America. But they gonna be, but a lot. It says young men. That proves this the military men who gonna get drafted too, though, because that's young men that were aged 19, 18 to 24. I believe that's young men.
Yeah, your mighty men should be as women. Ain't gonna be no mighty men. You gonna have little dipsqueaks that been playing Call of Duty, getting tossed out there on the battlefield, man.
Hey, real quick too, from reading all of this, is all type of different avenues that the war can take to kill these niggas, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, bro, it's really no safety, no security. Right. It ain't for them, bro.
Have the edge of protection.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You got one in Surah 36. It says those who escape all these plagues. So if you get through all the 6 troubles, it says show the flaming fire devour, the missiles. So the Lord will have a lot of people get through the 6 troubles too, but then the missiles, then what? You know, but we can wind it down on that 40.
Verse 34 again, it says, all the young men will be killed in the war, and all the married men will die in the famine.
So see, if a father ain't going to war, he gonna die by something anyway.
Now listen to my message, you people who serve the Lord.
And it's a beautiful way to end it. Seeing all these things coming, the Lord said, look, get this out. Get this out. You got it, bro.
Verse 36, it is the Lord's message, so receive it and believe what he says. The disasters are approaching rapidly, and they will not be delayed. The disasters are approaching rapidly, and they will not be delayed. A woman in the 9th month of pregnancy may suffer labor pains for several hours, but when the time comes for the baby to be born, there is no longer any delay.
Right.
In the same way,
just like that woman get the contractions, they get more painful. You know what? They get closer together. Frequent. These plagues, yeah, CB was 4 years ago. The times we coming in, we ain't gonna better say, remember, man, 4 years ago. It's gonna be a year ago, then months from now, then weeks, then days, then shit gonna be happening every day, all day. Full-blown Jacob's trouble. You got it, all right?
a woman in the 9th month of her pregnancy may suffer. Verse 39, it says, in the same way, the disasters that are coming on the earth will not be delayed, and the world will groan when it is caught in its labor pains.
So we right now, man. And they not slacking up, they coming. So seeing all this coming, you got it, bro. And this is it.
Verse 40, listen to my message, my people.
That's the 3rd time he told us within 5 scriptures. Listen to the message. That's why Isaiah 33:6 is important. Because when this word get taken away, when our hell breaks loose, we ain't gonna better call a brother, hey, what our prophecy this is? We ain't gonna better go on GMS declaring the end, GMS info doc to see what they gotta say about this event that just happened. Everything we know, we're gonna have to take that in Jacob's trouble until the Lord comes. We're gonna have to, yeah, that's why it's important to get it now, man.
You gotta have your own oil, man. You can't run off of somebody else's oil. You gotta have it in yourself.
Straight up, man.
That's why says Father according to my knowledge, man. You know, we have to use the scriptures in order to maneuver through that, man. In the book of Psalms, 119 and 50, it says, thy word is the comfort in mine affliction, man. You know what I'm saying? So, through the Jacob's trouble, man, it's gonna be a tough time. So what are we gonna use to navigate through that, man? You know?
Hey, read Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, y'all brothers. Read that. I think it's 12 when how wisdom saved, Wisdom of Solomon, 10 or 12?
It's 10.
10?
Yeah,
how wisdom saved our forefathers, man.
It say, roughly paraphrasing, I think it say something along the lines of all these men were preserved through wisdom or something along those lines. But it goes to show forth and it hints on those accounts to show how wisdom brought them through, you know, their trials.
You know, what they knew. And you know what? Because that's knowledge, what you know. But what they knew in that time, they applied it. That was wisdom. That was wisdom. They used it. They used what they was taught. They applied what they was taught. What you got? Yeah, that's it. Wisdom of Solomon 10. But that was wisdom. We know stuff, but who gonna apply it and still live by it in those times when they get hard? That's who the Lord gonna get through those times. Revelation 3:10 says, thou hast kept the word of my patience. I'm gonna get you. Yahweh said he gonna get us through our temptation. Why? Because you've been applying the wisdom still in the sufferings, man. You got it out.
Hey, so like you know, you say you've still been applying the wisdom when you go into temptation. It goes back to the word paramosis. It goes into the trying to one's fidelity. So your ability to stay loyal to the Lord through what all this, you know what I'm saying, and still apply that knowledge, just like in boxing, bro. Jake in the ring, if you constantly getting hit with the jab and you don't use the wisdom that you have to apply to, like, man, let me slip this jab, you fuck. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust, man. You know, and apply what was learned.
You know, there's something, man, I watched a fight the other day. It was Eubanks Jr. Eubanks Jr. Chris Eubanks Jr. He was fighting this dude. He ended his career in that fight. In the fight, the white boy from UK, proud as fuck. Guess who was in his corner? This from early on, 2008. Tyson Fury was in his fucking corner. But anyway, Eubanks Jr. was a Jake, right? He kept, same uppercut. He'll get like put the hands up, he'll get him, boom, uppercut. But the white dude had it just fucking to the point. This shit got swole. He had bleed in his head. After that, he done. He was done. But the point, he didn't counter. He didn't count in the dress. And that's why the Lord telling us all this. So when hard times come, we get adjust. Because we was told ahead of time. Thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial, we was told ahead of time. Because watch what the Lord gonna say. You got it out.
2nd Ezra 16:40 in the KNT. Listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle.
Get ready for the battle. We're gonna read them. I'm gonna read in the kitchen B2, but get ready for the battle. Get the word first, and what's the next step? Now we know what's coming. Now get ready for all this to happen. Then Daniela brought it out earlier in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. That's where we at now. You got it, bro.
Listen to my message, Salaki. Listen to my message, my people, and get ready for the battle. When the disasters come, you must live as people. Is not in this world.
Right. And if your home ain't in this world, you ain't gonna have no care for nothing because it's not yours anyway. You're a temporary resident. And that's what we are, pilgrims. We're looking for a holy place. Right. So whatever taken from us, we shouldn't care in these times. These people gonna worry. That's why the Lord told us ahead of time, prepare it now, man. You know? But
and the scripture always says this is not our rest though, so we understand it, man. We just passing through, man. Hey, we serving out by captivity, but this is no baby, all about shit on the shop, man, and we just going through, this is not our rest.
Yeah. I was gonna say our treasures we seeking are in heaven. All right, so what are we doing? The works that we putting in are geared towards those treasures, sending up those treasures, man. Okay, the rest of these people, they storing up their treasures. That's gonna be just fucking destroying, man.
It's like we have no continuous here. We see one to come.
It's beautiful you said that because our nation is built up of pilgrims and journeymen. We always, as the beginning, was just walking around, setting up tents, taking the tent down. You know, the cloud will stop. Yahweh will set up the tent. This is the last plight, man, for our nation. This is the last walkthrough. And we just happened to walk through Edom, you know, when we came out. It's the last walkthrough. And it's done after this. You got it out the beginning, bro.
2nd Ezra 16:40.
Or 40. Oh, that's it. We getting it on 40. Yeah, we getting it on 40, bro. You know, but with that, law willing, the street speaking was edifying. But look, these things are coming. These things are coming. And look, faster than we may know it. You know, so Lord willing, we prepared and you know, able to endure through those times. But we want to give all praises once again unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
And double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. And as well as all you believers out there who believe it on the gospel. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out here. Shalom.
Shalom.